Hi. Hi, chat. Hi, YouTube chat too. I actually logged into YouTube for once. Hi, Syrup. Hi, Anx. Hi, Kuro. Hi, Grim Reaper. We're kind of awake. Not really, but we're kind of awake. Look at him. Look at you. B-tier streamer, we missed you. I don't know what I'm doing today, to be honest. Let me try to figure that out. So, I do have some weekly stuff to do at some point today. Beyond that, I do have some amount of time that I need to spend on just remembering how to play the video game. Because frankly, I haven't been playing very much recently until like this week. Because like new job and moving literally 1,000 miles and everything else. So it's been good. The break was needed, I think, and it was a good time for it, so it worked out. Job, yeah, basically. But yeah, it's been a whole thing, kind of. So, weekly is getting that new weapon. Yeah, I have to. What's the name of the weapon for Foley? I need to pick up Foley's weapon. Hiding from YouTube again? No, I actually have the YouTube stream live this time. We'll see if it functions. I have a feeling everybody kind of forgot that I have a YouTube channel, so it's... I'm not really expecting, like, a ton of people to show up today, but that's okay. I haven't published anything in, like, literally 4 months, something like that, so... it's kind of expected, but... I figured I should show some signs of life at least. Just so that, like, at least some people know I'm alive still. But yeah. So I think I'm probably going to C-tier streamer upload schedule, yeah, basically. So I'm probably going to go through the calendar weeklies real quick. So I think there's a yellow shard. We'll probably just vibe while I do that. So these shouldn't take that long. I think there's like a container one that I'm probably going to skip because this is just, like, it's right at the end and it's for an arcane adapter. This will take longer than 3 bounties, so it's not worth it. But the rest of these are pretty straightforward, so we'll probably do those. But yeah. Hi, Cool Clippy. Hi, SVM. I don't know if you guys are around, but good to see you guys. I'm still bad at responding to chat, so bear with me, please. Let's get started. What was the first one? It was just abilities, right? Scaldra. I never really know if survival or exterminate is better for these bounties, to be honest. I think they're kind of similar when it comes down to it. Hi, Starray. Good to see you. I guess survival is probably better just because the enemies come to you instead of just standing in a random location. We'll see, though. In theory, I should be able to, like, maintain 150 kpm or so pretty easily, so this should take me not very long. As long as I can find the enemies. We did it. One down. Just woke up from eat. Congrats. Sleeping's important. 150 troops. You shall lurk and work? Hell yeah. Enjoy. Weird week already, though. My boss was out today. So it was like me and 2 other people in the office, and that was it. At least on my team. The office is much bigger than that, so like there's a lot of other people, but we're kind of like stuffed in the corner, sort of. It was funny, at one point, like, the air conditioning for the entire building was working, except for right where we sat. And so it was like 84 for us, and like 70 for everybody else. It was one of the weeks of all time, for sure. It's fixed now, but I got Texased, that's for sure. It's like the one thing that I'm really not looking forward to is Texas summer. What do I do in my team? I'm a tools programmer for a game studio that I'm probably not supposed to tell you which studio. It's not Warframe. But I basically break all the things, and then the environment artists yell at me when I break all their stuff. I used to be more like a generalist programmer for like a gameplay team, but these days I mostly do tools. So I'm sort of, yeah, it's like weird. I like do the least gameplay focused programming out of everybody. Ashu, good to see you. QA? No, I'm a tools programmer, so I write code. I work with QA a lot, but I'm not part of QA. If that makes sense. I did. If it were Warframe, Burnus would be very evil to stream to us. Yeah, it would be. Glad to see you back. Good to see you, Diet. Thanks for coming and saying hi. Appreciate it. What language do I usually use? I use primarily C# these days. I was a C++ mostly programmer before that. Popless Rebel. My FOV is higher than normal. Did my FOV change? 90? I think it's what it normally is. Did they break it? Also, hi. Good to see you, Popless. English. How am I? I'm good. It's been a weird couple of weeks. I like just moved, and so it's been a lot. But we're doing better. New FOV update now? Yeah. If I could have double the FOV that I have right now, I'd be pretty happy. What was the next one? 15. Don't make me talk to people. 20 Xmas. Probably a hill turn angle. Get back into making something, even if it's not necessarily videos yet. I'll probably get back to making videos this weekend. I need to figure out what I'm going to make, but... So many Warframe content creators that live in Texas. Overlap is crazy, yeah. I don't actually know who else does, but Texas is just kind of a big state, so... I'm actually from Colorado, so I didn't used to live in Texas until March, and now I'm here. I don't know if it's necessarily the city for me, or the state for me. I don't really... There's a lot of Texas that I don't really enjoy too much, but the job is really good, and like the people that I'm working with are super nice, so... I kind of got lucky anyways. And that's not like complaining. Like I think Texas is mostly pretty nice. It's just I have to drive everywhere. I wish I lived like in a more walkable area, but I kind of my experience so far with Austin has been mostly highways. Like every single street that you go down is like a highway. It's like either a highway or it's a on-ramp. Mostly on-ramps, to be honest. Like less highway and more just everything than on-ramp. But maybe that's just because like the area that I live in happens to have a lot of on-ramps, but I'm not really sure. I forgot to switch my companion, didn't I? You can tell from the way that I don't have fire rate. Or infinite shields. Mostly the infinite shields part. Moved here for tunes? Hell yeah. I've been okay. The move has been weird, but I think it's for the best, so it's worked out. Do I like driving? No. I am not a huge fan of driving. If it was up to me, I would delete cars, but that's... that's a me problem, it's not a... I wish I could just teleport everywhere, that'd be much better. Luckily, I live pretty close to where I work, so I don't have to drive that far. If I did, I think it would be a lot worse. One of my coworkers has to drive for like an hour and a half to get to work. And so he just works from home for like the first 2 hours and then drives in. And then works until like 8. It sounds awful, but if it works for him. Tech rot with abilities. Silly Hildren build idea to give. Valkyrie subsume persistent Hildren. Use the bond mod to cast the ability. I'm confused. Why is it Hildren? I mean, you can. But why Hildren? Love Reaper. Please select destination. Emergency rations. Because of the fire rate? I see. Sorry, you guys have to deal with me deciding to change the song randomly. It's too calm. I need to wake up just a little bit. Okay. More alive now. What was it? Stekrot? I can remember things. Yeah, I think... Do I have anything I wanted to do with Warcry recently? I can't really think of anything. I wish Warcry was more interesting of, like, an ability. I guess the one thing that it can do is that if you're using a Warframe that, like, just barely misses a persistence threshold, then it's, like, kind of neat. I remember playing with an Excalibur build that kind of did that, but... It also has some uptime issues unless you, like, sacrifice a mod slot, so... I'm not sure. Weird ability for sure. Help. Roof. You can't even remember my YouTube password? True. You're so right. Except I did, so... Just give you an idea? Hell yeah. Make something cool. At least you could move around while casting it now, so it flows better? Yeah, that's true. Valkyrie's kit in general was just so much comfier than it used to be. I know a lot of people really like the stance changes, but I hardly notice them because I still just spam slide attack, but... Being able to move while using Warcry especially is like... pretty big. Did we do it? Nope, 25 more. We did it. Warcry Araxia. What's the thought behind Warcry Araxia? Wait, never mind. It makes it a little bit hard to use when you're pressing forward, doesn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. I wish we like sped up her one or something, that'd be sick. Guys, we did it. We got the shard. Great work. Thank you all for the help. Her one counted as melee? It like sort of does. I don't remember exactly how it works, but there's like some parts of it that count as a mercy kill. There's some parts of it that count as melee. If you ask me which parts are which, I don't remember, to be honest, but I don't think any of these matter, right? Universal damage, sure. Okay, 250 for booster? Sure. I can do that. I sure hope it says Skuldra. For one counted as melee. It definitely counts as a mercy kill. I don't remember if it counts as melee. Warcry Wisp could do anything silly with that fire rate. There's a build... I haven't tried it with like persistence, which I think would be the intention if you're using Warcry. But you can use... what did Wilcola call it? Like Helicopter Wisp? That I think a lot of people have like organically ran into separately, where you just play... It's like Wisp, and then you melee in the air because you stay invisible while meleeing. And then you use the dagger from the Zeraman that I can't remember the name of. It's over. I can't remember. Chat help. But it's really good. It's an Incarnate. I can't remember the name. It's over. But it was like my main build that I used to play in Wisp. I don't really play Wisp that much these days. She's still really good, but... Innodem, thank you. Last time I played Warframe was putting together John Warframe Bolt build. So Valkyr got a very, very big rework sometime last year? Or maybe the year before? I think it was last year. It was like right around when her heirloom dropped. And it was... Basically, she went from like a mid-tier frame with an invincibility gimmick that was like pretty good for level cap to arguably like one of the strongest frames in the game without mods. So like, if you're a new player, or like if you have a friend who's just starting, just tell them to go to Jupiter and get Valkyr, because she's so like broken when it comes to like low level content, especially because like she's functionally invincible with her base stats. And on top of that, she has a passive that's a cheat death, and on top of that, her passive is worth like 2 primed pressure points. So she's like I don't know. Her passive is better than some frames whole kit, I think, is the is the way to put it. And then on top of that, she has like an attack speed steroid, and like she teaches you how to play like regular Warframe with melee weapons. So she's just very good. So if you have a chance to play Valkyr in modern Warframe, you'll probably see the difference. She's pretty ridiculous. Children builds? I can show it after this. It's pretty standard though. Basically, it's just max range and like some other shit. Like all the things that give you shields. And then her Aegis scale augment. Did I already do the challenge? I think I did. Oh, melee weapons. Oopsie. I can't read. Let me show this build real quick and then I'll switch to Kara. This is what I've been running recently. So, main important things, expertise is really good on her. You kind of want to get to 280 range or like as close to it as you can. And then the rest is just strength and shields. You don't really need any efficiency necessarily because if you have a Raxacubro, where is it? This ability? This ability right here will give you infinite shields. This is, like, every time you go out of Overguard, it'll instantly give you, like, 1 billion shields. Omomori carries hard? Yeah. I'm just running Omomori, like, to be perfectly honest, you don't need Omomori. Like, this is such overkill. I have 9,000 shields before overshields. So this is, like, completely unnecessary. I just keep it because I think it's funny to, like, just go way overkill with survivability. There's some variations you can do where you use Crepuscular like this, but I think this build probably needs to change now that expertise is out. And then this is the build that I use semi-frequently with Airburst rounds. Because Airburst is funny, and it's like, it actually works on Balefires. You love Elemental Ward, Hildren? Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like the big number that comes out of Elemental Ward. If you want, like, just pure damage, I think Roar or Azada's Whisper is going to be better, but Elemental Ward's really cool. It's pretty fun. Hopefully that's helpful. I was a big Hildred believer, like, before she got expertise, and now she has expertise and probably a little overtuned. So, that's how that goes. We gotta recolor everything. Very important. All right. Okay, this time we're going to remember that we actually have to kill things with melee weapons. Definitely. Dizzy Ogre, hi. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day. After that, the upcoming 4 new Arcanes or Augments. I haven't... Have we seen them yet? If we haven't seen them yet, then I'm ambivalent. But if they're out, then I'm down to go look. But I'm pretty down for any new Arcanes, to be honest. Arcanes especially are so much more fun to me than Augments. Unless it's an Augment for a Subsume, and then it, like, can break a lot of shit. Then I'm super down. I heard there was an Augment for, Temple coming out? So that'll be pretty interesting. They're a really interesting frame, so I hope at some point I get a chance to, like, play with them. I did a little bit of looking at them for what was the new arcane that came out recently? Debilitate? But I didn't have one built, so I had to have some other people look for me just to see how it worked. We were kind of hoping for, like, an infinite loop with Debilitate and, like, Archon, what's it called? Archon Vitality, or the corrosive one, Archon Continuity, both of them. But it didn't work, so it only procced once, which was cool, but it wasn't infinite loop like we hoped it would be. Any ideas on what the new Jade arcanes may be or what I would want them to be? I'd love to see some melee arcanes that can actually compete with influence. I'd love to see some damage to health type, or health to damage ones. So like, the higher your max health is, the more damage you do. Because I think persistence builds could really use something like that at the moment. I think persistence builds specifically have this issue right now where they have to use both arcane slots to be realistic. Because you need persistence, and then you need usually either a mandatory arcane for whatever the frame is, or you need like slash immunity. Or magnetic immunity, depending on the frame. And it would be nice to like have some other options, I guess. But I really don't know. There's like a lot of stuff. Aren't I just describing Bulwark? Yeah, but Bulwark is on a weapon. I'd prefer it to be like a damage to health instead of damage to armor, or armor to damage. And I'd prefer it not to be on the gun. I'd prefer it to be on the frame, if that makes sense. Because like, think about it this way. There's a lot of frames like Corvex who are really tanky health-wise, and want to use their abilities because they have a giant laser beam. And just can't because it just doesn't do enough damage. Or, well, okay, saying it doesn't do enough damage is like a little disingenuous, to be honest, because like it does enough damage, it just doesn't do enough damage in certain situations. No idea where I am or how I got there. Just wanted to stop it and say, that's not a chicken. Cheers. Thank you, Anthony. Hi, Short Note. Good to see you. I'm not sure though. I think there's like a lot of stuff that this game could really benefit from in terms of like linking mods. I don't know if that makes sense. How do I explain this? I guess we'll just look at the mod page for like what I mean for links versus multipliers. So multi-shot and elemental damage are multipliers, right? This makes you do more bullets per bullet, and this makes your bullets do more damage, right? So they multiply together. This is what I would call a link, right? What this does is it links your statuses to your damage, right? So it's a multiplier, but it's a multiplier that links two different concepts together. And there's a lot of arcanes that kind of do this. So expertise is like a good example. This links your strength to your shields, right? This is like why it's good on Hildren, is because it links your strength to your shields, which links to your damage. So you get double damage dipping, right? And so arcanes like this can be really conditionally strong. And I don't know. That's like useful, I guess. I find these types of arcanes like much more interesting than ones that are just like you get more damage per damage, you know? It's actually why I don't really like ones like this. This makes you do damage when you do more damage. It is technically from melee weapons, so maybe the headshot one's a better example, like this one. From killing the enemies the way that you normally would kill the enemy, you do more damage. It's like, that's really boring. I wish you could do better than that. So that's why I like Debilitate, I really like. I think Bulwark's really interesting that way. Crux is pretty interesting that way. Crux is mostly interesting because it gives you stats that you can't really get elsewhere. You can kind of get ammo efficiency from some stuff, but not really. But yeah, it's been a whole thing.
Me too.
I don't know. There's like a lot of things that we could end up with that are like interesting, I guess, but we have to wait. Do you think they gave Bob on 1.5k armor with his 4 so we can use Bulwark? I don't know if that's necessarily the reason they did it. I think they actually forgot about the armor buff on his 4 when they were doing the rework. And they were just like, oh yeah, he can use that now. I have no faith that they actually remembered that it gave him armor when they made that change. There was probably like one designer who did and was just like, ah, fuck it, whatever. But I'm not sure. It's very possible I'm wrong about that, though. Okay. What was next? Okay, so there's like a lot of catch-up I have to do. Most of the catch-up that I have to do is stuff from like the last update and a half. It is kind of funny that he gets it for free, yeah. Well, he gets it for free as long as enemies are trapped, right? Does it persist after like he kills the enemies in his traps? Because I don't remember. I do have to do these at some point. How's the sortie? Sortie's not bad. We just do this. Neptune. I would do this. I don't want to do this defense though. It seems annoying. Like not hard, just annoying. I don't want to sit on Europa with no energy for 15 minutes. As long as Bastille is active, not the Vortex. Gotcha. I know it persists between the Vortex and Bastille or something now, but I don't remember exactly how it works. It's like a whole thing. Okay. What was next? I'll just go through these. Inga streaming. Hi, Yang. Good to see you. We're just kind of chilling. I'm kind of in a do not much type of mood, so we'll see how long I stay online today. But I felt bad for disappearing for several months, so I figured I'd show up and at least tell people that I'm alive. But it's been good. The break was necessary, and I did move and like have a new job and stuff, so I'm glad to be back around. Happy to see you, no matter how long the gap was. That's very nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm very lucky that I can kind of just do whatever I want when it comes to YouTube and people are still willing to listen to me some. It's like not something I take for granted, you know? Not everybody gets that privilege, I guess. It's a lot harder to do YouTube stuff than I think a lot of people give it credit for. So when you get lucky and like you have some people show up to one of your videos and it does well, it's not something to take for granted, I guess. I have IRL friends who had been trying to stream for like years and years and years and like still sit at 2 viewers pretty regularly because they just haven't had a lucky break. And so to even make it past like 1 viewer is like a big deal. You know? Trash. Damn. It's true. I make trash. Which Warframe should I try to get next? I already have Wisp Prime, Sevagoth Prime, Yareli Prime, Valkyr Prime, and Titania Prime. What's your favorite mission type? I think that's probably the best way to figure it out. Because there's some frames that just do really, really well at specific types of missions. And so that's probably the way to consider it, I guess. Defense or survival? Is Nova on Resurgence right now? I actually don't know. If Nova's on Resurgence right now, I'd suggest Nova. Or you can just platform to buy her pieces, but it's up to you.
As you conquer the foe,
But Nova's probably one of the best defense frames in the entire game. Definitely not trash. Damn. I'm just here. People are allowed to think whatever they think. Nixon Rhino. Rhino's pretty decent too. Rhino's kind of just a gun frame though, so if you have a gun that you really like, Rhino's pretty decent. Who else would be good for... Let me see relic-wise. Is there a way to show non-vaulted? I have too many relics. I don't know what's vaulted and what isn't. I can just try it like this. Protea is pretty good at defense. Her guns are super broken, so they just do a fuckload of damage, so honestly not a bad choice. Grundle's pretty funny, but he takes a lot of investment and a lot of like understanding the game to really make him good. He's pretty baseline strong. I think Gauss is actually vaulted now, so Gauss is probably not the best play, but Gauss is really strong. He's really good for like generalist content. He's not really a defense frame, but I think Nova would be my like #1 recommendation if you can afford to get it, or like have a good platform that you like. I'm getting spam calls. Okay, sabotage.
your enemies have grown fierce. Use all that you have learned.
Oh right, sabotage. Definitely didn't forget and just start hitting things.
But I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Which way?
That was a
That way.
juggernaut. They were lured out by the death of infested. Lay low
That's a
and
wall.
go away or amp up the
One day I'll figure
pride.
out the style. I feel like half the time on this tile set I don't remember where the door is.
The enemy are using a void key and a portable
Maybe that's intentional.
device to force open the portal, destroy the key and the device.
Nope, that's a wall. Please, let me through. We did it. Okay, thank you. Hell yeah. It's possible you'll hate Nova too, and then never want to play her. But she's my favorite frame, so hopefully. Rhino Nix, yeah. I love waiting. Please, let me wait more. You can definitely tell what missions were made, like, in early Warframe. Just based on how much waiting you have to do.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
This is one of the waiting missions for sure. Learning that Nova's damage vulnerability is locked to 100%, but Hero's vuln scat heals past 100% with Stir has radicalized you. One of the most Warframes of all time, yeah. I don't know. I tried really hard to like Uriel, and I just can't. He's really...
Taken the void key. Find it.
His kit just annoys me. It's like they couldn't make his kit work together with itself, so they just buffed his numbers by 3,000%. That's what it feels like.
Quick, pick up the key. You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
And maybe that's just a bad take, and it's just a heat inherit issue, but... Please, thank you.
The device is set on overdrive. Get through the portal before it melts down.
I hate trees. Grr. We hate trees. Good portal becomes terrible because of tree. Oh, I've been poisoned.
Objective complete. The void
Yippee.
key and torsion beam device are out of commission. The enemy will not be returning anytime soon. Tenno, there are still
Just straight up don't use heat on your weapons for your Uriel loadout? Yeah.
You may want to load
Isn't that
the
miserable?
breathing.
The fact that, like, you can't use heat on your weapons for Uriel because he just negative heat inherits all of it with his damage vulnerability. You have to, like, apply the damage vulnerability before you do damage in order for it to do anything. But you can't do that because then it nerfs all of your heat dots. It's so stupid. I don't understand it, but it's not my place to. More steel essence. Blast acuity shoot quibus. Pure radiation tenet plinks. Dowdy melee quibus.
Your enemies have
Interesting builds.
years. Use all that you have learned.
That's a lot of single target damage. You absolutely nuke, like, whatever you're shooting at, that's for sure. Though I guess Plinks these days is more like an AoE weapon. I just always think of it as a single target weapon because, like, it's multi-core or whatever. But I really shouldn't think of it like that. It's
You are approaching the holding.
a big AoE
Careful.
with infinite ammo.
Wardens detect you. They will surely initiate the execution.
It's always the other side.
We can't leave without rescuing the prisoner. Keep searching.
Please?
Bypass complete. You may proceed.
Okay, I guess we're going through the front because I don't remember the other exits.
The captain
Ta-da.
will be in one of these cells. Search them.
Rescue.
The hospital
Rescue.
is almost out of time.
First try.
Thank you, Tenno.
Subject found. You need to bring the captive to safety. Protect them at all costs.
Oh, my hand hurts. That's how you can tell that you haven't been playing Warframe for a while. Is when your hand hurts from bullet jumping.
You are a blade. You exist to strike.
Have I used melee Vicobus with the heavy spam build? I actually haven't. Yay, no star. The new job, I assume that's House. The new job in place treating me. It's been good. It's an interesting, it's like a very different company. This is gonna sound weird to like people who haven't heard it yet, but the people at the new place that I'm working with are like much older than the old place, which in a lot of ways is good because it means there's job security in a way that my old studio didn't have really. But on the other hand, it's like weird because I'm like not that old, and everybody I'm working with is older than I expected, I guess, for a game studio. You die on the Vinquibus Hill before the Uriel Hill? Yeah, I can show you what I was doing with Vinquibus. I actually never really got around to finishing a build with it. But I think I went like triple fire rate or some shit. Just double. So the idea behind this was that you just spam influence with it and then get a bunch of free shots, and then when you see an enemy that you need to kill, you just unload like all of the free jobs, all of the free shots. What should you mod hate for? I'll show you an endgame build first, and then we'll do like a smaller one. So this is kind of what an endgame build for hate would look like. Something like this. This mod is like optional and not really what you would want. But let me think. You see the appeal? Yeah. It's like a different way of playing it. Okay, so hate. The main thing that you'll want at some point is a stance, but if you don't have a stance, that's like okay. You can still use this without one. All the stance it does is it gives you just capacity, right? From there, kind of the basics of almost every early game melee build is going to look something like this. So pressure point, and then Fury. If you can get Berserker Fury, this is going to be better than Fury like 90% of the time. But if you don't have this or you don't have Primed Fury, just use regular Fury. That's perfectly fine. And then from here, all you need is elemental mods. So like heat. This is like, if this is all the mods that you had on a weapon, this would still like 4 times your damage. So this is like 4 times like a normal setup. The basics for modding for Warframe in general is that you kind of want separate stats for each thing. So melee damage multiplies with elemental damage, like this, or like electric or viral or whatever, right? And then from there, you want crit chance and crit damage. Crit chance increases the chance of the crit happening, and then crit damage is like it makes the crit do more damage, right? Have I tried Truth Blame? I haven't tried Truth Flame yet. It sounds cool, but that was like one of the things that came out while I was not playing. So I have to, there's like a bunch of catch up I have to do. And that's definitely one of it. So this would be kind of what I would recommend for like the base setup, I guess, if that makes sense. If you, so another thing you can do, these mods are super efficient. So you see these mods that say like 60% cold, 60% status, or like this heat one. So there's one of these for each of the styles. And if you do viral heat with them, like this, on every single build in the game, it's going to kill shit. Like up until Steel Path pretty easily. So like this, I would like be willing to take into Steel Path and it would probably still kill things. Like this build. So this is kind of what I would recommend. So this is going to be your first upgrade, is getting these mods. And then from there, what you want is the combo mods. So Blood Rush, like this. This will give you combo whenever your melee like multiplier goes up. So this is better than True Steel. So you'd put this in over like True Steel. And then if you can also get the Weeping Wounds version. This one's just status chance. This is like 1 billion status chance. That's really, really good. So this one and that one are both really good. If you're like, if you don't have another source of combo duration like this, you can also put this in. Syrup Raid. Hi, Syrup. We've come to make it sticky. Evil. Hi, Syrup. It's good to see you. But yeah, that's kind of like where I would go with like most melee builds early game. Okay, you lurk and make food, have fun? Okay, I'll do my best. I'm explaining basic melee mods to people at the moment, so hopefully that's useful. But yeah, Hate is a really interesting weapon because later it gets an upgrade that gives it like either 20% base status chance or like a bunch of crit chance and stuff. So it gets really, really strong later. But there's like kind of a trough in between. I'm explaining melee mods to you. Hi, Bard. Good to see you. No, I'm not really doing it for you. Sorry. I'm doing it for random viewer. Hopefully that's helpful though. But yeah, I have completely lost my mind. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the other thing that you should probably know about modding in general in Warframe is that for the most part, you can just look at this number right here, this total number, and this is gonna probably get you to like 60% of the way there, right? So if this number goes up, it's probably a good mod to equip. So like you can see for, let me show you a good example. So Prime Fever Strike says 165 on it, right? This one also says 165. So if I put like pressure point on here, do you think this one's going to be better or the impact one? And if you're old, you don't get to spoil. But like, look at the total damage here. So 2200, and I put this one in, it's like 1000. So there's a lot of mechanics like this in the game where you can just be like, oh, I just look at the number and I choose the bigger one. So just choose the bigger one and you'll be like pretty good most of the time. That's kind of like how that works. The only like weird ones are going to be like crit chance. So like crit chance, you just have to kind of understand what it is. And it's like you have a 40% chance of doing 3.4 times damage. And then like when you get past 100, it does other shit. So it doesn't really matter. But Black Kaminari, hi, good to see you. Thanks for the follow. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. Appreciate it. I'm like kind of back. For people from Serbs community who don't know me, because I've kind of been absent for like the last 4 months or something. I am mostly a YouTube person. But Serp was a pretty good friend, like before I took a break. So welcome back. Thanks. But I'm just kind of, I'm like slowly crawling back to remembering how to play this game. But I mostly do like weird YouTube builds and stuff. I don't really stream that often, except for apparently this week, because I have to remember how to do stuff. W Skyrim music, hell yeah. Shoot gun at an enemy. That's so true. Nice and true. Good to see you. How do you use Wormcoat? You go to the mod selection screen and then you dissolve it for endo. It's pretty good. Any new YouTube videos soon? I need to figure out what I'm gonna make one about. Don't decolon me. It's like riding a bike. Once you get it done, yeah, you never forget it. Maybe. We'll see. I still don't really remember how to do it, so we're working on it. Okay, I gotta get through the rest of these. You guys can watch me do a spy mission terribly. After I do this. Oh.
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths.
It's like the most I've talked in a while. I don't think I've ever said this on stream, but I'm like a pretty quiet person in real life. The only way you get me to talk about anything is if it's something I care about, so... Warframe's like... one of the only times that I yap.
There's no telling what the captors are doing to our rescue target. You need to find
How Iggy life situation is pretty good. I like the new place. I don't really like Texas that much, but it's like okay enough that the rest of it is worth it, if that makes sense. The new job's really good. I really like it, so. I've been learning a lot really quickly. So it's just been a matter of like making sure that the rest of it is okay, you know? Help. Ceiling. I put a parkour shard on this Nova like maybe 4 months before I took a break, and I'm still like not used to it. Ignis just started playing recently, but really like your videos coming from PoE. Really cool to see the new builds. Thanks, I appreciate it. I don't really play PoE, but I've heard that a lot of my builds are like similar in in mood. Move somewhere in the area a while back. That is mood, yeah. Texas is Texas. Mythologist, you can Google it. You probably still won't find the studio that I work for. I can tell you it's not Bethesda, because like everybody keeps asking me if it's Bethesda, and it's not. So, but there's like a bunch of like AAA studios in Austin, so you probably wouldn't be able to figure it out anyways. And like all of them have their own engines, so like it wouldn't even be helpful. Why are people sending me things? Stop it. Duty and Citruk. You guys suck. I really don't need these. I haven't spent like any of the forma that you guys sent me before this. I do appreciate it though. This is the real reason that I became a person who does Warframe stuff, is that I can have 400 forma. Work in a AAA place where there's almost no studios, so people can pin you in milliseconds. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a... It's a little rough, isn't it? No, for me it's... Let me put it this way. So like the reason that I can't talk about where I work really is because if I say something terrible and get canceled, then I get fired. If people know where I work. And on top of that, like I don't think that's gonna happen to me, but like let's say I have an opinion about game dev or something, and then it gets traced back to me as like a person who works at a game studio, and then that like hurts the sales of a game that I work on, right? Like they just fire me for that, you know? Like that's just kind of how it works. So the great form of gifting of 2026. Please don't. Got all opinions are my own. I get it. Yeah. If only that worked. But that's really not how it works. I had to like tell my job that I had a YouTube channel and stuff before I started working here, so it's like a whole thing. Oh, hi, this has been a while. Yeah, I'm kind of alive. We're working through it. We can recreate it. Please don't.
If I may say, operator, your chosen Warframe.
I'm doing just fine. If you want to give format to somebody, give it to like Syrup, because he rated me. He deserves it more than I do. You also have to tell your job stuff like that? Regulatory? Yeah, it's like a pretty common thing. If you have any type of platform ever, a lot of times like you just have to report that kind of shit. Okay, I have to see if I remember how to do Kuba Spy, or Grineer Spy. Gift it to Mythologist? Yeah, sure. You guys should give it to each other. I'm chilling. Any alternate sources of income? Yeah. Do not do this. This is a bit. You should give it to Myth. I think it'd be really funny.
Your enemies have grown fierce. You already learned.
It'd be so funny. Like at least 12 funny.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger
This is Kuva Spy. I'm stupid. Okay, I actually remember Kuva Spy better than I remember regular Grineer Spy. I think there's like a thing I can shoot under here. There is.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures.
And then I go this way. And then I press this thing. I think you can jump underneath it too, but I'm too lazy. And then I go over here and I don't get seen because I definitely remember. Help, I'm stuck. Yippee! Glorb Holy Bingo stream. Hi Skig, good to see you. I'm kind of alive. Not really, but kind of.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Hope life has been going alright. I've been sick, and then working, and then sick again. So I haven't like been around, but we're kind of getting back. Maybe I'll even remember how to post on YouTube. We'll see.
You're nearing the console. Trigger the
All
alarms
right.
now, and they will start destroying the data.
And then this one, which I don't think there's a faster way other than just literally going in the hole. It's like down here, right? Yep.
Excellent work. A clean extraction with no alarms.
Busy and probably chilling? Yeah. It was a lot of stuff that happened all at once. So I just had to lock in. And it was worth it too. Like the new job's really good, so I like it. You know, yeah. It was a whole thing. Where do I even... I never remember this one. Oh, this is like not the spy tile. I'm stupid. It's like 250 meters away still.
The target console is nearby.
Help.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy
Help
will
door.
start destroying data.
And I go over here somewhere. And then I go out here. And I shoot this before I walk through it. Wow, incredible.
They won't even know it's gone. We have
Look at us doing spy correctly.
Get to
Very proud.
extraction.
Didn't even get caught. I think. I don't remember getting caught. This way? Yippee! Like riding a bike indeed? Hell yeah. Now you're trying to do to YouTube? Hell yeah. Hopefully you're making some good shit. It's a lot. I'm... YouTube is... There's this weird invisible pressure to YouTube sometimes where like you feel like everything that you make has to be better than the previous one. Is this stream you haven't seen live in a while? Hi Sakusi, good to see you. Taking every frame to cap with their best ability subsumed over. Hell yeah. Sounds fun.
Navigation.
Alright. There's still one more mission left, right? I think. It sounds funny. It does. Gonna lurk? Congrats on the new job. Okay, Yashu. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Survival. Do I really want to sit in a survival for for 5 minutes? I guess I do. What do I feel like playing? Play some Volt for a bit? Let's play some Rhino actually. That sounds fun. I love this weapon. It's so stupid. Gloria and High with no Jade 2 sounds like quite the challenge. It does. Weird question. Any ambassador build? Probably not. It seems like a no. Can Hildren still use her Balefires without 4? I think Hildren's... So... It's like weird. Hildren's Balefires do a lot of damage still, even without her 4. But her Augment Aegiscale requires her 4. So you need it.
Operator,
He's immediately surrounded by ninjas. Why ninjas? Not ninjas. Hildren's 1, but persistence, so Hildren with nothing. Oh, because ninjas play free. That's so true. I wish I thought of that. Okay. We got a serve. We got Yeah, let's go do the serve real quick. Fresh out? Yeah. Basically. Brain's so gone. No silence Banshee. Oof. What does the frame do? She only has silence. Though if Sonar was her subsume, I think Sonar would be used more than silence as a subsume, weirdly. Isn't that weird to think about? Even though like silence is probably the better ability. It's been 4 months and I still haven't been able to make Dragoon work. Congrats on the successful move. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dragoon's one of the weapons of all time. I haven't really like sat down and played with it. Other than like knowing that it shoots a bunch of projectiles. 19 times damage multiplier? Yeah, basically. That is kind of how it feels, right? I can't aim. I wish I could run Crux and Debilitate on this weapon at the same time. It would be so much nicer. It doesn't really need the ammo economy, but I don't like reloading, so it would be nice. Weapon's definitely good enough, so. Press Sonar, shoot with tent blinks. Mail the guy to Lucifer in an envelope. Yep. Where'd my team go? Like way over here. Oh, I wanted the ledge jump. But I just landed instead. Oh, this is the door. Why is that person AFK? I guess so. This person is searching for standing. Okay, maybe I was in the right place after all. Yep, we lost him. He gone. Press Sonar, shoot tool talks, room evaporates. True. Yeah, I think it'll be harder without Sonar than it'll, or without silence than it'll be without Sonar. Because it's not like you need that much damage for Cap. Like any buff ability would be fine. Sonar's is definitely overkill, so. What am I working on now in game? Right now I'm doing just the Steel Essence bounties, because I'm addicted to Kuva. Came here for the chicken. It's huge. Quick note from an average Trunma enjoyer. Trunma trigger Cascadia Flare. I was like, what? So my fears go shoo. Yeah. Any heat dot is going to trigger Cascadia. It just doesn't count for the damage of that weapon or whatever. It'll just like buff your secondary, if that makes sense. But it's still really good. There's some like Erexia tech that I think Bardini showed me at one point with Trunma. It's pretty neat. You can just like make it loop basically. It doesn't quite work as well as like the old Zephyr Tornado tech with it, but it's still really good. Bird with no 4. Site no resupply. You can refresh all fire? Yeah, it's really good. What was I saying before? Right. So doing Steel Essence bounties, and then I need to, at some point I need to do the Folly event, for the Folly grind. Because I like basically didn't play while she came out. I like, this is gonna sound really stupid, but I saw her come out, and then I saw what her mission was to like do, and the mission just didn't look fun. And so I just didn't log back in. She seems great as like a actual character. I actually like her design a lot. I think a lot of people didn't like the design, but I liked the design and hated the way the grind looked, and so I just didn't do the grind. On the wall, Rexy, you count as airborne for that one mod. Are you talking about the Boreal set? Maybe that's reasonable. Maybe. Just did it after coming back and it's awful? Oh no. I definitely didn't hear good things about her grind, so... I just heard it was like, you get to play as Operator, but without Void Dash. I was like, wait, that sounds not fun. Why would I... Why would I do that? Why would they do that to me? And realistically, it'll probably be not as bad as I think it is, like, once I start doing it, but... It's just like, I don't want to walk around with no operator mobility. That doesn't sound fun. Just rolling everywhere. It's boring, but also the rewards are a table full of Syndicate medallions. Okay, that's not bad. You can ensnare a target affected by Well of Life. Is that good for... I guess, like, maybe you can do an infinite gas proc thing with that? You can just make a tower that pulls people to a really big gas proc or something? Sounds kind of neat. The Syndicate medallions are depressing to see. Okay. That's not a great sign. Do we know who's getting Augment's next update? Oh, we do. Okay, so Dante, Noko, Kome, or Temple. Temple I'm pretty interested in, because I found Temple's kit kind of middling, sort of, if that makes sense. It's like too tied to itself, almost. So if he gets an augment that, like, makes it so that his subsumes are kind of fun, then I'm down. Dante could be interesting. I don't know what they would do for an augment. A lot of his kit is kind of weird. So they're probably, it's like a 4. Temple 1 augment? Yeah, it might be. Kome would be interesting, but only because it would make me refarmer. Because right now I have her subsume and I just never bothered to refarmer. I really should, but there's a lot of grinds like that where I just like, I don't want to do that again, so I just didn't. We did it. Already got this, right? I did. Temple 1 augment that lets you hold it to channel a rift to turbo spam pillars. I'm down. Dante augment, please, yeah. Noko augment. Yeah, I don't know what you do with Noko to like make him better. You know what I mean? I always think you'll just wait for the prime, yeah. If it wasn't like 3 years, I'd be down. That's how I felt with Verona for a long time, and then I finally built her out and like fully farmed her, gave her 5 shards and everything, and then her prime came out. So, though I guess there was still like a year or two between then, but that is kind of how it felt. Something about his 3. If his 3 gets another buff as a subsume, I don't know what to do. Heracross, yeah. This skin's awesome. It's so cool. I like didn't even want to put a Sindana on it because it's just sick. It's too easy to like ruin. You know what I mean? I actually have a config for this skin where I just press random. And I just go into each mission with a different color setup because it's like really hard to fuck up. All of these look like actual beetles. 3 is Sprodling? Oh, okay. I was thinking it's 2. Bug so shiny? Yeah. Truly. Let me look at his abilities. Maybe there's something that you could do. That like wouldn't be silly. It's probably Sprodling though, right? Your reroute. I would think it would be this. but I guess I'm not sure. Way at gradients is so wonderful. Yeah, it's just good. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't gotten my free stuff. I need to go to the free stuff guy. Or girl. You want it so bad? You can get it? Hell yeah. We love spending money. Big Sprawdling. Draw aggro. What if it gives him like enough armor for persistence? And you just walk around as a big Sprawdling? I wish I could click faster, but I have to wait for them to thank me for their purchase. Rifle ribbon. Rifle ribbon. This thing too. And then a bunch of emotes that I don't care about. Sweet. Hold one to cast huge mushroom. Do you think they would combine his 2 mushrooms into one big mushroom and then just leave that as like a giga mushroom? Do you think that's a thing? I could see it. Okay. Which grind did I want to do next? So, where am I sitting on Runa? So I'm missing Neo V11s. So I need to pick up some Neos, I guess. So I guess I can check and see if there's any good Neo drop fissures real quick and just go spam some of those. Another 20 rolls on my Burston ribbon. 113. Looking to farmer out? I kind of want to farmer out. At least for primes, I like to farm them out for scratch. So I appreciate it though. You have like 19 sets, of course you do. These silly cascade doers.
Do you know which finger the corpus used to count their money?
You should give them out to other people who don't have 400 Forma. I think I'm doing okay. Actually don't have any of these left. I should probably make this. Should make one of these too, but that's okay. Used to have 28 sets. You can do it. I believe in you. Give them out. You hate the Burston? It's just a flex you can so you can flex a god roll Burston? Yeah. This is the one that I rolled right before I went on a break. I can show what I have. It's like not a god roll, but it's pretty decent. This is like about as good as it gets for like a self-rolled acuity. So I'm pretty happy with it. Negative impact's awesome.
Operator, my foundry has completed a new item. Does this please the operator?
Very happy with it. Okay. Let's go. Is there a better Neo Relic farm these days other than just like the thing that I don't want people to say? Don't make me do Disruption. Disruption's fine, but it's like I'm gonna pull up the wiki. This is the wrong wiki. Stop grouping my tabs. Neo V11. We're going to sort by chances and then completely ignore the chance. Void Interception. Legosite Harvest really likes it apparently. Oh, it's Legosite C. Never mind. I didn't say anything. Lua has a 14. It's probably just Disruption, if I'm being honest. Like, this is probably what it is, but... This one or the Grenier one? Cascade? No. Any cool new builds? Nothing particularly impressive at the moment. Do you have anything that I was working on before I dipped? Let me think. There's this one that I was playing with a little bit yesterday. Somebody mentioned Sickening Pulse. It wasn't really something I thought about, but Sickening Pulse is like technically another dip on Roar. Tier 3 Void Exterminate, Tier 3 defense, okay. Blah. I'll show this real quick. Sickening Pulse Classic, yeah. Bard, you might actually like this. So this isn't like a new idea, because Sickening Pulse is like, it's just Sickening Pulse. And the standard way to make Sickening Pulse do something is like you put Roar on a thing, and then you use a weapon that does electric damage. And that's like kind of the end of story. But there's this relatively new arcane, Debilitate, that triple dips on Roar. And so like the thought was you do something like this, where you roar, and then you knock everybody down because you forget that you have Piercing Roar equipped. And then you get the electric stacks, and then when you Sickening Pulse, it like one-shots things. Because the Sickening Pulse does more damage, I guess. But it needs to be an AoE weapon that does a lot of electric status, so... you need to find a weapon that's like base electric that does a bunch of AoE that is also like a decent status weapon. And so that was kind of the hope with this build, was like you just do this and then you press the button and it kills everything. And it kind of works, but it's like a little slow. So, been loving Frost Tremor Breach Surge, Froststalker, Freezing Frost All Goods. There were almost words at the end of that sentence. All's goods. Yeah, Breach Surge Frost is still my favorite one. I think it's just his most fun build. I don't know if it's necessarily his best, but I just like being able to do this. Like red numbers. I don't care how much damage they do as long as they're red. It's like hard to be too upset about free AoE, you know? So, sounds news. It sounds neat. Only played with Sickening Pulse Garuda. Yeah, I think Garuda's a pretty good target for it, right? Like it seems like that would be the other option, right? So the reason this originally came up was because, like, let me mouse over the ability just to kind of show what the idea is. So you see, like how it says, the damage of slash, heat, and toxin effects are added together to create a new instance or whatever. So technically it just doubles the damage of slash, heat, and electric, or slash, heat, and toxin. But for electric, it times 10s them, because it still does the combining status thing. It just makes it, like, it just applies the stack 10 times. So, like, let me show. Because it's, like, the math being different for electric's, like, kind of important. So you see how the stack here is doing, like, 422 damage on this person? I'll let it wear off real quick. So the stack now does, like, 4,000 damage instead. So it literally multiplies it by 10. I'll show it, like, on a non-armored target, so this is, like, more obvious. And there's not, like, a bunch of other numbers on top of the other numbers. I did take off mods, right? Okay, that was a crit. Let's do not a crit. How's that sound? Okay, 1908. So 2024, and then you can see that the electric dot tick is 20k. So it multiplies it by 10. And it's like additive to the stacks too. So if I do like two hits here, so we're doing a total of 6. Okay, the enemy died. Fuck. I thought I don't have any mods equipped. What gives? This weapon's too broken. Okay, so he's taking 3,000 damage. I do Sickening Pulse. He takes 30,000 damage. So it multiplies it. It multiplies all of the stacks combined together by 10. No Architecture's too strong? Yeah, it's a good weapon for sure. So Sickening Pulse actually does have some tech behind it. It's like pretty decent. It's just like... It's hard because anytime that you have a status build that like does a big proc, that like already kills them. So Sickening Pulse is like usually overkill. And then the enemies that it's going to be good against would be like single target damage, right? But all of the single target enemies, realistically in this game, other than like maybe Cascade and sometimes Disruption, a lot of them are status resistant. So they don't even get the 10 stacks. And it just doesn't work. It's really sad. It's a whole thing. Affliction's problem? Yeah. It's like the same issue. Except this one doesn't even like replace the stacks the way that Afflictions does. So it doesn't like... Or Neshafor? Yeah, kind of. Kind of the same thing. It's like too good at killing shit. Good evening. Hi. Good to see you, Zector. Anyways, it's like a whole thing. I think, at least for me, I would like be much more interested in Sickening Pulse if like I didn't have to wait for it to finish and I could just spam it. If I could just spam it, then like it would be kind of sick. But it doesn't work like that. And you could do like a 0 range thing, but it's the silly slam hammer, yeah. Titran is good. Or Titran, or whatever you want to call it. Other Nova? I think I might still have to do... Let me go check. I don't remember if I still have my Netracell. MR10 in the shop, it calls to you? Yeah. It's pretty good. It turns out, Amprex design is top 10 for designed primaries. Yeah, I'd actually love an Amprex Incarnate, honestly. I don't really care if they prime it, but Incarnate for sure. Oh, hiccups. Talking too much. That's how you can tell. I do have it. All right. Anybody want to join up for Netracell real quick? Should be relatively quick. If not, then I'll just send it. Excited for Nidus rework? Not necessarily. I don't really play him that much, but it's possible. I thought your YouTube live chat was broken. You wasn't seeing messages. Yeah, no, it's there's just Twitch also. Nope, it was the other chat. That's all it was. Hi, Drea. Good to see you. If that's who I think it is, don't say my real name. Thanks. If it's oh, you want to join? Yeah, for sure. It is? Yeah, yeah. Please, yeah, don't say my real name. It's good to see, though. Tangent speed on YouTube? Hell yeah. His real name Bingus? Yeah. That's my real name. Ban him mods?
Love you too, baby.
Something like that. Alright. Let me see. I think we're good. I think we'll just send it. Bard, you're okay with public, right? It won't hurt you? Did I need anything? I don't think I needed anything. I'll play Amprex, why not? Oh, a companion's probably nice. We should probably equip that. Either or? Okay, we'll just do public. Yeah, I mean, it's just Netra, so it won't be that bad. So excited? Hell yeah. Carry me. Oh, right, I have to... Yeah, that's kind of important. I'm totally paying attention. I'm probably gonna have to get some water after this, because I'm... My poor neck.
Meet for the last defenses. But those same defenses will see you as undesirable. Go. To leave the anchor hole, you need
Yippee.
all 4 key glyphs.
Wow, ammo. Thank you so much. Oh, we got one more person.
Leave the anchor hole. Access that terminal.
We weren't fast enough. Help. They've got that one.
Lab maze.
The real question is it this direction?
That'll help you.
It's not. Never lucky. I think I've probably said this before on stream, but I do have the second Nova now for some reason. So this one is like the one that I run Nourish on, and the other one I run Roar on mostly. The main reason for that is because I wanted different shards, but also I wanted an excuse to buy more fashion, so... Because a lot of Nova skins are just good. I think her helmets are sick, so I just wanted an excuse. It's like the one use of disposable income is Warframe skins. It's been pretty fun. Huge having randos, yeah. They'll carry us. I am not looking at the screen.
Using the key glyphs will open the Netra cell.
We found it.
Be ready. Security's freaking
Yippee! I can press speed.
clear out uglies around the entrance.
Dante with Sickening Pulse is funny? Hell yeah. Does the status phone do funny things? What is fast? What the fast? Those arm things are like so weird when they're sped up. I didn't realize they just kind of run. Did we lose one? Okay, they found it. I'm like, where are the enemies? 2 heat procs and it went from doing 27k to 13 million. Surely intended. Surely. We're enemy. Oh, did they go down? I guess they went down.
Necromites are slowing us down.
That's my bad. I guess I should have gone and saved them. Help. How am I stuck on the smallest wall in the game? Impressive. Did anybody play this game, by the way? Not Warframe. The one the song is from. What's the name of it? Legends of Runeterra. That game. Or yeah, that one. I heard it was okay, or like good even, but I was like never somebody who played games like Hearthstone, so I never really tried it. The League spin-off thing? Yeah, it was like League Hearthstone, sort of. But like different. For reasons. I heard it was like sort of fun, but I don't know. I think they did this thing where like they released TFT first and then tried to release a separate card game. And like they cannibalized their own like player base sort of. Because like anybody who's gonna play a strategy game who was like already playing League just went and played TFT instead because it was in the same launcher and because it was I don't know. It was like closer to League than Legends ever would have been. But I kind of feel bad because I'm almost certain that like Legends of Runeterra was being worked on first. Like the game's way more polished. My understanding is that they did the original TFT in like 2 weeks, so it was just like a side project for them. Give me loot. So not worth breaking these, but I'm doing it anyways. Brr. Yeah, Bardini with 200 kills. Sobek's is so good. Definitely. It's so funny that that just started with Saren, and then people are like, wait, Sight's just better. And so now they just play the Sight. Alright. Thank you, Sight. Thank you, Sight. Did you know that if you shoot nukes that go through walls, it kills everything? Yeah. Best setup in the game? Yeah. I'd agree with that. I would say for general content, it's probably the best setup in the game. Being invisible and killing everything, and also having an AoE that's 18 meters like wide that does % health damage is like pretty hard to beat. Would have been keen for a Nezha run? Too late, sorry. Next time for sure. Alright, thank you guys for the run. Thanks, Bard, for the run, and the 2 random people. Alright, what else do I have to do tonight? I have to grab whatever finished. Ciphers. GG's. Yeah, thank you. I have 300, we're good. I have to like stop myself from compulsively making more of them. I kind of wanted to do this today. There's like a pretty asleep Neo Fissure we could do. Was the Void Fissure on defense one of the ones that dropped the relic? Or was it? Villainous. Oh, I think that one might be about to run out. Yeah, it just ran out. Oh, there's Sedna, though. We could just do some Sedna. Anybody want to fall asleep on Sedna? Thoughts on Enkas? I haven't gotten to try it yet. I like just got back, so I haven't had a chance. I heard it's really good, though. Sure.
Sorry. Artists will play with the volume off.
Boom, invited. Anybody else? Oh, that's the wrong mission. Gunko works on chain beam targets, right? Brain damage. I think chain beams work normally. Let you log back in? Okay. We're not going to be like sweating it or anything, just chill relics, so. Whatever you feel like playing. Do I have anything I want to play? I feel like I shouldn't talk about this build. Wow, it's syrup. Incredible. I haven't played Rexy in a while. Wah! Hi, Oopsie. Good to see you. I streamed 2 times in the same week. Are you proud of me? I clicked go live twice. Yippee! Good to see you. Not doing anything too interesting, but I am alive. And after disappearing for like 4 months from like YouTube and stuff, it was about time. Okay. Let me go get some water real quick. You booted up Warframe for the first time yesterday after months? Hell yeah. That's my Warframe streamer. Okay, let me burp. Let me burp. Let me burp. You think that's big enough? Do you think people will be able to read that? Leak time? Have fun. Burp. Do you think people can read that? Okay, I'll make it bigger. How's that? Wonder who that sign is for? A little bigger? Okay, okay. Like that? I think people can read it now. Little difficult to see on mobile? Okay. We'll do just like a little bit bigger. I have to like move OBS so that I can grab the corner. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get some water real quick. I'll be back in like 2 minutes probably. And then we'll go do Relic or whatever. I have to mute my mic though, otherwise people will hear me slam. Okay, I'm back. What is 3RE? Yeah, I think we went too big. Oh, that's my no. That's not the right. Help. 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 Wow, okay. It's reasonable size now. Are you late? You're not late. You're exactly on time. It almost got stuck? Yeah. If it got stuck, then, I don't know, stream would have ended. Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. Citric joined the squad. Hell yeah. What a sneak. Okay, let's go do the thingy. Sneaky soup truck. Sneaky soup truck. I hope we didn't miss the Exy. We didn't. Good job. Wait. Here we go. I still have like 40 Vanguard relics that I haven't used. I really should use at some point. I feel like listening to. We're just doing like in-text and stuff, by the way. You guys don't need to bring anything specific. We just chilling. Hey, we started. Huge.
These are worthy foes. Underestimate them at your peril.
Sorry, I'm doing very important things. I'm DJing.
Fissures in the area. Use this to crack open a relic.
I'll wake up just in a moment. You guys didn't break the boxes, how could you?
You found a fissure.
It's like you already have everything you need.
Use the reactant to open a relic. You were going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
Go, spiders. Kill stuff.
Collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Alright. Sorry, I have to fix setups real quick. Guys, did you know that if you play Warframe for 3,000, about 3,000 hours, you probably have everything? Yeah. That's why I'm LR3 at like 3,500 hours or something on Steam. Plus another like 700 that was on a different Steam account. I definitely play this game to collect stuff, yep. I've never done anything useless in this game. One thing I'll never get used to with Orexia is the FOV change. It like moves your cursor, it feels like. Like I understand in my mind that the center of the screen is still the center of the screen. But in my heart, I don't look at the crosshair. And so I just miss. First time back, want to do 500 Excelizers? No. I don't want to go anywhere near Cascade. Appreciate the offer though. I love you guys. Please don't make me play Cascade. A 1,000 for 1,000 followers? That's too many. You don't have to do that many. Fine. I think you could do 10 Excelizers for 1,000. How does that sound?
Extraction is ready.
Is it possible to make Orexia an ability-based frame? So... let me think. 1 Exelizer? Let's do it. Hey, we got the blueprint I already had. Huge. So Orexia does kind of have some tech for, like, an ability build. She has, what's it called? So her 3 is a weapon damage ability. So you can technically, like, put, like, Nourish on her and Arcane Arachne and stuff. And then her 3 will kind of do a good amount of damage. The issue with it is that it's, like, not enough for the amount of energy it costs. And so you kind of have to spam your 1 also. And you don't really get to use the 4 at all. So you kind of want to put Nourish over 4, which seems wrong. For, like, the ability build, because, like, her other build that most people run is basically what I'm running right now, which is Nourish over 2 or 3. And then you just kind of, like, shoot at the enemy. So, like, I guess I'm not sure. Like, you could probably do it. I just don't know if it'll be any good. I think if you were going to try it... No, it can't crit, so you can't even do like Avenger stuff with it. I don't think it's going to be very good. I think you could try it though. Like it's going to be better than you expect it to be, but it's still going to be not very good. Which like maybe is the sweet spot for it. I think if I was going to do it, I'd like want a second Erexia. Evil Erexia no 4, yeah. But yeah, you would need ability damage shards, you would need to like... In order for it to just be like a strict caster frame, like you just have to spam 3. And I just don't think that's like that good. Or at least it could be better, I guess. I'm not sure if not good is like the right way to put it. Because it's like it's still Warframe, you know? Saying something's not good in this game is like saying that, I don't know. Or the nuke doesn't do enough damage. How could he? So like don't let me discourage you, it's just gonna cost a lot. And you'll have to do a build that like doesn't fit with your other builds. Where's Stalker? He's just AFK? Oh, whatever. I've decided I don't care. The Toxin, or the health from Toxin proc shard on Erexia, by the way, I like swear by. It's so much fun. It's like not amazing, but it's really fun. I'm gonna keep shooting at your dog forever. I just can't help it. The stupid orb. It's impossible. Just keep getting distracted. How's day been so far? It's been good, I think. Work was kind of sleepy today. Like nobody was awake. I think it was the 3-day weekend. I think everybody was just like either not there or asleep or both. One of my coworkers apparently got like a really bad sunburn and like worked from home today because he said he was covered in goo. Which I thought was like a little bit too much information. Same vibe at your office? Yeah. That's kind of where it's at the moment. Not the goo part. You didn't lose coworkers to goo? Because I did, apparently. Didn't bring a pet? You're so washed up. Nobody's ever made that mistake before. Covered in goo? I was not covered in goo, but my coworker was apparently covered in goo. All sunburned. We had a 10 a.m. meeting pushed to 2:30. I swear I almost fell asleep.
Continue to defend.
It's so over.
Rewarded for your bravery.
We had our like weekly meeting for my team pushed back to tomorrow because like boss wasn't in. So I'm how much of this am I allowed to talk about? I think I'm okay to talk about it. So the thing that I'm working on right now is like a rewrite of like our material editor, sort of. So like for people who don't know game dev stuff very well, so like this is a mesh, right? Like this is just it's like a 3D model basically, and then you see like the textures and stuff on it. The way the textures and stuff are applied, that's like known as the material for the 3D mesh. So it's like how metal something looks, or like how it's like all of those parts, right? And I'm working on like auto refreshing that for like the in-house editor that they use when it gets edited, sort of. And because the editor is like not a public thing, it wasn't something I touched before working here, and I have no idea where any of the code is. It's like I feel like I'm dumpster diving all the time, and not like in a bad way, just like in a sometimes you just run into some shit, you know? Like you just get into a fight with a cat sometimes, and the cat is made of code. Check my Fireball Frenzy buff. Why? I don't need that. That's too much damage. So this like week, these 2 weeks are gonna be interesting. Because I'm touching so much code that I've never looked at before. Fucked my waiting. Joke's on you, I toxin proc anyways. You just make me do more damage. Boom. Boom. I think I drank water too fast. Now I have hiccups. Does anybody have secret hiccup cures that they can quickly share with me? Asking for a friend. I need it. Is that how that works? Probably... Oh, the 1800% thing? Yes, that's... Yep. It gave me 1800 heat damage, so it's not exactly 18 times damage, but it's like... what would be the equivalent? So like, let's say you had two 90-90 mods, or like 90 element mods on your gun. It would be the equivalent of like 10 times damage, I guess. So it's closer to like 10 times, but it's a lot. It's too much. Yeah, whatever your base damage is, it would be 18 times that for modded heat. Like before elemental mods. Which is probably going to be about roughly 10 times damage, but it depends a lot on the weapon and like what you have equipped and stuff. Yeah, it's just a heat mod. Boom. Give us stuff. Oh no, I've been nullified. Why are they hurting our waypoint thingy? What gives? Make them stop. Oh, I got knocked over. I nullified. Get over here. Stop running. Please? Please die. Violence! Thank you. Mod drop booster's almost out. No. How will you live? Only TennoCon is coming up. Had a meeting with another team last week and it was going, here's this app we wrote. It's not really our problem, but it does affect us. So we're giving it to you now. That sounds not fun. Good luck. Surely this won't go badly. Boom. Love boom. I love boom. Evil of Nova to make violence fast. Who would possibly do a thing like that? I can't think of anybody in this whole squad that would make violence fast for some reason. It's not like we have a Nova in the squad or anything. What do you mean, oopsies? This guy did it on purpose. My double strength buff right now. This is so sad. They keep hurting me. Oh, I should probably do the dance, huh? Actually get the strength up. Kind of important. Everything matters. Ow. Oh, I have tether. Huge. Thank you, Syrup. Finally, big spider. Our defense target's dying. Maybe we should reset.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now? Or
Alright, we'll call it at 4 here. Finally, more Lavos pieces. Just what we wanted. Hop to Cascade? Okay, have fun. Enjoy Cascade.
And so we learn the importance of clarity and purpose.
Trying to decide if I'm gonna do anything else tonight. Have fun relicking? Thank you. Enjoy your Cascade.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
I need to figure out if there's anything else I feel like doing tonight. Because we kind of got through the Steel Path alerts already. I'm like sweaty and gross because it's Texas, and that's just how Texas works now. Elevator. Back to elevator. Back home. No, probably not do elevator tonight. Fully? I might say fully for at least my first one for like off stream. Just because I feel like if I do it on stream, my opinions will be formed like non-organically, sort of, if that makes sense. And if I don't like it, I don't want to like shit on people's parade.
Finger the corpus used to count the
And I think there's like a good chance that I won't like it very much.
index.
That's just how some content in this game is. There's just some of it that I just don't like that much, so. So if I have to do it, I don't want to like do it on stream while I'm not enjoying it, if that makes sense. I don't want to like inflict you guys with that. Okay, maybe I do call it then. Sorry, I know I'm lame for like only streaming for 2 hours again. But this is like already too much for me. I'm not very good at the whole stream thing. Let me see if there's anybody on that I can raid. Where Warframe? All good? Thank you. Oh, Fran's online? I could raid Fran. Oh, I saw this person recently. They seemed alright. Okay, normally I would raid Fran, but I think this person's probably worth raiding. You guys should go support them. They seem like actually a nice person, so. And they're like LR2, it looks like. So, I don't I haven't like watched much of their content, but I sat in their stream for like 15 minutes the other day and they seem fine. So, please go say hi to them. They are not new. And I don't really know that much about them, but they seemed nice enough that I think it's worth it. So, please go say hi and type. What should we make that? Actually, you guys don't have to say anything. Just say hi. So, maybe I can't type. 1 second. I'm passing you off. But yeah, they seem normal. They like draw and stuff, so and they like Warframe, so they must be relatively nice person. Thank you guys for coming by and saying hi and stuff. I know I'm like not the most consistent streamer or YouTube person or whatever. But thanks. Will you come to sit and sim for years? Sure, you could do that one. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna go pass out after this. So thank you guys for coming by, and let's get out of here.